Well, you know, players and coaches have been together for a while. They have the huge advantage because they know.
In my career, each day you just try to get a little better as a team, and you hope by the end it works out.
Joining us courtside, a guy who's always in mid-season form, Kevin Harlan.
Nice, Ernie, nice.
This is 2K Sports broadcasting from Portland, Oregon, as the Trailblazers take it to the hardwood. For the Portland Trailblazers, they come in off a loss to the Lakers, and that was a real body blow for them. They got taken apart both offensively and defensively.
Yeah, I had the chills watching that. It really was a nightmare defensively for them. When you go into that building and get punished by some... very hot shooting.
They didn't challenge the shooters. They didn't defend the shooters like they should have. And once the fans got into it and the arena started ramping up and cranking up, it was over.
We've got a chance here to set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this one. So for Chicago right now, we've got Durant. Taj Gibson is out there with Mirotic. Then there's Dion Waiters. And it's Rose in at the point guard. Now here's McCollum. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against the Lakers in Los Angeles.
Yeah, not to mention the 4 big steals on the night, getting after it on both ends. And guys, what I like about Damian Lillard, decisive with the ball in his hands, always in attack mode. He keeps it hopping, and he has a killer instinct in the clutch.
Now, here's Lillard following the miss by Derrick Rose.
All the defender had to do there was just stay close to him, and he did.
Here's Durant. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Kevin Durant, and he does have a bit of an unusual body type. Still is fairly thin, even after 8 years in the league. Yet up until last season, he'd been one of the more durable players in the league. Kind of like Reggie Miller in that regard.
Talking about Durant's physical makeup, some scouts were actually worried about his athleticism when he declared draft after just 1 year at Texas. At the NBA Combine, Greg, you were talking about this. He posted some of the worst numbers of all the top prospects.
He did, but I tell you what, he did blow people away with his length. 6'10" with a 7-inch arm span. I mean, that makes up for a whole lot in this league. And as we've seen throughout his Hall of Fame career, I think it's worked out pretty nice.
I think it has too. Just 5 to shoot. Waiters dishes to Durant. Good on the jump shot. Durant's got 6.
And it looks like he might just be on his A game today, Clark.
Came in a screen on Rose. Lillard, the pass to Keenan. Stolen by Durant. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Here's Mirotic. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
Really the right play defensively. If you can't block, force.
Exactly. Prevent the layup. Give them a little bump, and then maybe they'll think twice about coming into the lane next time. And if they don't think about it, at least they might be distracted by your presence.
All right, now, take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That free throw missing. Nikola Mirotic, drafted as a late first-rounder, Clark, back in 2011. The Spanish star finally made his rookie debut in the NBA last season, and it was worth the wait.
It sure was, Kevin. I mean, once he started to get consistent PT, I mean, he was remarkable. Can run like the wind for a big guy, not that strong, but more aggressive than you'd think.
And the second free throw, good.
And back to Mirotic last season, per 36 minutes, he averaged 18 points, 9 rebounds. He was also a tremendous foul shooter for a rookie big and made the all-rookie first team, was second in Rookie of the Year voting. What more could you ask for?
So he gets the whistle, contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up.
And, you know, for Mirotic, his value extends to the defensive end as well. He did a surprisingly good job of racking up blocks and steals last season. You have to believe that if he improves his power and consistency, an all-star nod isn't so far off.
And, guys, C.J. McCollum is a scoring-minded combo guard out of Lehigh. Was taken with the 10th pick back in 2013 and still looking to make a big impact in the NBA.
First, he goes 1 for 2. While McCollum has struggled with injury, he's broken a bone in each of the last 3 seasons, dating back to college at Lehigh.
Yeah, and if he can stay healthy, I think he's got a bright future. He had a broken finger last season, and he broke his foot twice in the seasons prior, Kevin, just to embellish the injury situation. But he's got some ability.
Here's McCollum, following the score by Derrick Rose. Kaman, offensive rebound, tries again, and there's a whistle. He was going up for a layup, and while it looked like there was some contact, I wasn't sure they were going to call it a foul shot or not, but sure enough they have. So he'll hit the line.
And Chris, guys, signing with the Blazers last season, he's had big contracts before, but told his agent, hey, let's focus on getting a winning situation.
For Kaman. We're about 3 minutes into this first quarter. Rose with the ball. Lillard picks him up. Rose kicks to Durant. It's Chicago with another bucket. And the Blazers really inch depth in their front court, Clark. A great situation for Chris Kaman to come into and contribute.
Yeah, you know, he felt he'd been overlooked with the Lakers the season prior and bruised his ego a bit. In Portland, he found a defined role providing scoring off the bench, which suited him well.
Now here's Durant after the miss from Damian Lillard. Durant kicks to Mirotic. No good from outside.
A clear look at the hoop. He doesn't miss many of those.
Kaman a screen. Lillard to Aminu. From 15 feet away, there's Chris Kaman on the assist by Aminu. Kaman's got his second bucket tonight.
Well, he knew how many inches he had over the guy. I mean, let's face it, good decision to just rise up and take the jump shot.
Waiters gets a wide open look. Takes a big high bounce and goes in. Waiters got his first bucket of the night.
Well, I like the way he orchestrated in tight that time, fellas.
And now Doris Burke has an update from the sidelines.
Well, guys, Terry Stotts had a few moments to share with me. He said that their defensive focus, no surprise, will be trying to keep Derrick Rose out of the lane. He added, you know he's come a long way as an outside shooter, but he's a pick-your-poison type of player. We can't let him get into the paint. Makes sense, Kevin.
Thanks, Doris.
Boy, he threw out some punishment with that two-hand throwdown.
And Clark, now's the time to do it. Continue to attack that rim.
McCollum kicks to Vonleh. The shot by Lillard wide open. And the 3-ball is good. Lillard's got 5 points so far.
They really can't allow him too many open looks like that. I mean, that's just inviting trouble.
Mirotic gets the bucket.
And that's another assist for a team that is putting on a clinic on how to share the ball.
And I love the mentality that they've had. If a shot isn't there, they're not forcing it. They're moving it side to side until they finally get the one they want.
And here's McCollum following the 3 from Nikola Mirotic. Got a piece of it. And stolen by Mirotic. Waiters passes to Rose. can't hit. Nice D from Lillard. Trailblazers trail by 5. To the right side. And here's McCollum for 3. Rose with some nice D.
You know, even though he missed that one, great shooters have a way of feeling when they've got enough room to pull the trigger.
No doubt about it. The defense, you can see him exhaling right now. Fortunate that he didn't knock that one down.
Now, here is Mirotic. He is outing in their last game against Golden State. Pass to Keenan. Baseline try. Good. Great play by Lillard to set it up. And it's 7 points for Chris Kaman.
While we have a chance, how about the numbers for Derrick Rose? 16th in assists, and he's in the top 20 in steals, bringing that focus and intensity at both ends.
And really good at distributing the ball. Pick and roll, drive and dish in transition. He's been dominant all season.
Mason Plumlee's checked in for Chris Kaman. And Chicago also making a switch. Sanders checked in for Taj Gibson. Chicago leading by 3. As magical as the 2014 playoffs were for the Blazers, remember they beat Houston in that first round, that great shot by Lillard late to win it and move on. 2015, not as much. You know, Greg, they drew a very tough Memphis team, as you recall, in the first round.
Yeah, you often talk about styles making fights. Very similar in this series. They would go on to drop the first 3 games before being bounced, but still a good showing for a team that struggled mightily down the stretch with injuries. Yeah, easy call.
Yeah, you could hear the smack all the way over here where we are. And, you know, just as you said, Portland didn't have enough to get by the Grizzlies in the first round. Ended up losing in 5 after taking one game, and that was game 4. Just had a hard time breaking down the Memphis defense.
The first one falls.
Another loss for the Blazers when they were the 4 seed, as you mentioned. As a franchise, they have lost in the first round. Time they have ended up as the 4 seed. Not exactly a good position for them to be in.
Leonard, he's checked in for Vonleh. That's also good, so he hits both free throws. Mason Plumlee will really put it on you. Tough, hard-nosed player, has the size, the bang, and the athleticism, GA, to run the court.
And it's interesting, Kevin. His game translated better as a professional than maybe as a collegiate. I mean, he's a guy that's a lunch pail kind of player. Rolls up his sleeves, focuses in, and willing to do the dirty work.
Excellent point about the comparison college to pro. I think you're right on. Chicago leading by 3. Outside Rose. He kicks to Waiters. Lots of room. It's good. This time the assist from Rose. Rose has got assist number 5 here tonight.
And, you know, back to Plumlee, he showed steady improvement last season, improved statistically in just about every category over his rookie year. If he could become a little less mechanical with his postgame, I think he could even go higher.
Lillard from outside. Harry Sanders grabs the miss. 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. Rose in the post. He is guarded by McCollum. Mirotic's shot is off.
You know, one thing about Plumlee, going back, he's been a tremendous rebounder. He can shoot over 6% from the field for you. It was a terrible
free throw shooter last season, under 50%, which caused at least a couple teams to employ a little hack-a-Mason strategy.
Chicago with the ball. The Blazers getting the bucket. And Mirotic kicks to Rose. Back to Mirotic. Leonard with the steal. And now running up the court, Lillard pushing it up. Aminu with the bucket. Now just a one